So pretty much everyone that comes to me has some sort of skin problem, anywhere between acne, psoriasis, exzema, blotchiness, discoloration. Pretty much everyone has some sort of skin issue. I'm sure your friends, your family have a skin problem. And what do? We go to the doctors and they say, oh, you got to see a dermatologist, right? Go see the expert in the skin. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because most people who come to me have already seen a dermatologist and they've only really been offered some sort of medicated steroid cream or antibiotic. And when I have a 16-year-old that comes to me and she's got acne and our options are an antibiotic because acne is a bacterial infection, or birth control, that doesn't really put a 16-year-old in a good place for her health long term when she has to decide between antibiotics and birth control. And that's why I'm doing this, because we have to understand that your skin is your biggest detox organ in the body. So if you have things that cannot get out of you, which is essentially pee or poop, then it's going to come out on your skin, right? And we have to start looking at skin problems that way, because you can't put other crap on top of your skin to try to cover up something that's coming out of you because it can't come out of you, right? And anyone who has a skin problem, I ask them, how do they poop? It's usually not good. I ask them if they're hydrated, it's usually not good. So there's two reasons you have a skin problem, and we want to add a third thing to the equation instead of just trying to fix those original two things. It just doesn't make any sense. And so, okay, so we got skin, right? Skin covers the entire body. Another organ that covers the entire body is our lymphatic system. And most of us don't really know about the lymphatic system because doctors don't really talk about it. But what is the lymphatic system? They are nodules. We all know about our lymph nodes. When we're sick, we touch them and they're like, oh yeah, it's swollen. We have nodules here, nodules in our armpits, nodules in our groin, they're all over our body. They're made of lymph, and your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. Your blood flow, your arteries, they have a pump because they connect to your heart. Your lymphatic system does not. So the way your lymphatic system actually pumps lymph fluid through your body and actually helps you detoxify is by movement. So that's why we're here in the gym. And when we move, when we walk, when we run, when we play, that's when our organs, or our muscles I should say, are contracting and actually pump that fluid through the body. When we sit at a desk all day long, as most of us do, or drive in bad posture, nothing is moving. And that's why so many people have health issues. But the way that we can actually see it correlate is when I'm testing people or I get people moving, you start to see things flushing through the body. So when we think about skin, we need to think about lymphatic, which means we need to think about moving. We got to think about sweating. The amount of people who have skin issues who can't sweat. I'm like, do you sweat? They're like, no, I just get red. Right? Or they don't like to sweat. But what is sweating? Sweating is the way the body cools us down, and sweating is how we detoxify. And so, things like an infrared sauna are beneficial to detox and sweating, right? If you're not sweating, that means you're probably not hydrated. So back to my first point, hydration, right? Why are we going to be focusing on, again, birth control or antibiotics? Now, the other thing about the lymphatic system, it is directly connected to your liver. So just like your arteries and your venous flow, basically, so all your blood flow connects to your heart, your lymphatic system directly connects to your liver, and your liver is connected to your gallbladder. And what do we know that the liver does? The liver detoxifies. So what did I say? Skin toxicity issue. That is affected by your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is directly connected to your liver. So that means everything to do with toxicity has to do with our liver, our gallbladder, and our lymphatic system, which ends up on our skin. And you can see how I took you on a bit of a journey there. And it just goes to show that where you have the problem or the pain is not the root. So if they're trying to give you something to cover up the symptom, which is acne or a skin issue, that's your body telling you that something is wrong. And we're trying to ignore it by just covering it up instead of going all the way down to the root of the problem. So what do? We cover up one symptom, we cover up another symptom, and then another one, and then the next thing you know, 2 decades later, there's some sort of chronic health issue and you're on medication and you're like, I don't know what to do. Well, it's because we ignored the problem like 2 decades ago that we never fixed. And so, when it comes to skin, honestly, the easiest thing, don't eat sugar, don't eat dairy, don't eat gluten. See how things clear up. There's a food intolerance test you can do to figure out what foods are affecting you. But, if you have any sort of pooping issue, which means that you don't have solid poops, or you're not going every day, or you're not hydrated, right? If you're peeing all the time, that means you're not hydrated. It means you're a plant without soil. Water is running through you, right? We need to be a plant with soil. So when you drink water, right? Obviously, if you're drinking a lot of water, you're gonna go to the bathroom. But if you're drinking water and you gotta pee 20 minutes later, you didn't absorb any of that and it's running right through you. And that's why your body can't flush anything out. And so this is where when we do testing and everything like that, we figure it out. But if you have a skin issue, take care of your gut. Make sure you're pooping, make sure you're hydrated, and those are the easy ways to start of positively affecting your skin. And then from there, we can do some further testing to figure out more details. So I hope that helps.